So the next point is output. The output of software testing is the list of defect identified in the system. The output of quality assurance is the assurance that the developed products is of desired quality. Okay, the next term is cost. So software testing generally cost more than quality assurance because respective for software testing respective testers needs to be hired, and other things third party tools are going to play a vital role in for testing, hence it is costlier with respect to the quality assurance. Software testing generally takes more time than quality assurance, so it is quality assurance is not done in any specific phase. It is all over it is done in all the phases involved.
Overall.
So the time is not assigned specifically to make the product of quality. So it takes less time. Software testing required more efforts, while assurance less takes less efforts. I hope it is clear why it takes, because each and every one do something to make the product quality, but only software developers and testers uh, do something to maintain the to do I mean do the software testing. Hence the effort in software testing is more comparatively for quality assurance. Then software testing is a process of executing a program or a system with intent to find errors. It is not a testing process, it's a parameter. Now, software testing involves risk associated with finding and documenting the defects in the system. Quality assurance involves the risk associated with the associated with ensuring that the developed product meets the customer requirement, and in order to risk it is quality assurance is also very important whenever you want to create a value for your customer. So, what I mean with this particular sentence value, if I deliver a product of bad quality, that means I have not generated value for my customer. So, if you do something with less quality, that shows that you are not valuing a particular customer, right? So, quality assurance always also plays a vital role in order to value creation. Okay, the next is documentation. Software testing involves documenting the defects identified in the system. So, and quality assurance involves documenting of the processes. Cost effectiveness. Software testing is not always cost effective. It is very cost effective as uh, money is more required in software testing. It is not cost effective. Here it is done. No individual phase is there for quality assurance, hence it is very effective. Any question?
No.
Okay. Now let's see how much testing is enough. So it is nothing but the exit criteria of testing that we have a separate point in the module exit criteria. We will see it here only. We will also see there in some brief. Here we will see it in thorough detail. So, give me some idea when to stop testing. Logically, generally, in general terms, not in software development life cycle.
Testing, like same, no, when there is no error, like it's clear when it is ready to go to the market, like something, we'll stop the testing.
Yes.
When it is error free, the testing is perfect and we'll stop the testing.
Yes. Okay. So apart from that, there are different parameters which we need to consider to decide when when testing activity can be stopped. So the first one is when it means the 100% requirement coverage. So there are certain requirements that has been specified by the customer. When all the requirements, testing of all the main requirements are covered, then we can stop testing. Okay, hope it is clear.
Yeah.
It will not cover the minor things. It will, if the functional requirement is covered, then we can stop testing. But this is not the only parameter that we need to consider. There are many more that will be considered. We'll see. Okay, so the next is all showstoppers defects. So showstoppers defects means in testing terms they are called as blockers. So it means that you cannot proceed further. So there are some defects which have blocked your path in order to proceed further. So those will be called as blockers. So all blockers are fixed and no known critical severity 1 defect is open, that we can stop the testing. So this is again severity keyword is again a very important one. There will be a question, you can make a note in your interviews. What is the difference between severity and priority? Uh, Note it down and just check in on net. It's self-explanatory. You will get to understand easily. Okay.
Okay.
So severity, will let me just give you. Severity means uh, with whether it is the hamper, the the level of hamper that particular bug is going to cause, the level of destruction, or whether it is related to cost or anything, it is going to affect the project. Then that particular defect will be termed as severity 1. If the defect is less severe, then it will be 2. After that, the count goes to 5. If it is normal, the severity, the effect of that particular bug is very nominal, then it will be given as severity 5. Okay.
Okay.
All high priority defects are defined, identified, and fixed. So priority means that it should be fixed first. So if there is any blocker that will have a higher priority with the level 1. So in a similar way, how severity is defined, priority will be having certain levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. P5 will be the least important. P1 will be the most important. Okay, you can check on it what is the difference between priority and severity. You will
Okay.
have some idea. Okay, defect rate falls below the defined acceptable rate. Let's say my acceptable rate is 90%. Oh, not consider 90%, 55%. And the rate of defect that are being generated while performing testing is around 40%. Then we can stop testing. Well, this is not the ideal, the only parameter that is considered. Let's say I have 100,000 budget, 1,000 budget for to perform testing, and then alongside I have only 90 rupees or 10 rupees left in order to allocate it to the testing process. Then in that case, if my ratio is 60/40, then I can stop testing. Okay, I hope it is clear. It's a bit difficult one to understand that you will experience when you will land in a job. Please acknowledge whether it is good or I should. explain it with some other example?
You explained some other example also.
Uh, Okay. So it is good, or we can proceed ahead, or you need some more clarification?
You give another example now for this
Okay.
defect rate.
Okay. Let's say, let's go ahead with the same example of budget. Let's say budget associated with for testing is $100,000 and dollars, and in that I have five testers. This is a real time example how things will work. So these five testers are working to find the defects, and they have already fixed, let's say, 60% defects. Like this is, we have a deadline till 15th of September, and today is 12th September. Money left. So with the management, the money left is for 2 days only. Money left means to pay these five testers, and including the cost that they have, that has been occurred to utilize the several third party applications. So the only 2 days money has been left. Now let's say on a daily basis, from last 2 days, the previous defect that was there was not discovered, not occurred. And my acceptance criteria, there is a term acceptance criteria. So company will decide, the customer will decide that this is my acceptance criteria. If there are 60, let's say there are six, my project have my project, my web application have 60 100 functionalities, and out of that 60 are completely fine, running fine, then it's okay for me. Then in that case, what will happen? Testers will focus on 16 functionalities, and rest 40 they will do testing. So in that rest 40% or 40 functionality, the defect rate falls below the defined acceptable rate. So my acceptable rate is defined by the customer is 60%, right? It is a bit complicated. Now this, for this 40 of functionality, I'm not getting bugs more than 40%. This is the acceptance criteria. Like if I'm getting 60% done, 60% of this 40 functionality is okay, I'm good to go. And I'm getting only 40% bugs. So this rest 40 functionalities I have considered as 100%, right? And in that 100%, 60% we are good to go. There are 40% bugs. data that might be undiscovered. So that's the meaning of this particular acceptable rate. So customer has defined that 60% is my acceptable rate, and the defect rate that is assumed is less than that. Then in that case, I have only 2 days of test money left, and the deadline is 15 September. So if I want that the testing to be stopped, irrespective of other functionality are fully tested or not, I have my deadline here. I have money, only less money left. I will stop the testing because 60%, what is the acceptance rate is, it has been achieved, right? So
Mm.
this is how this these things testers don't have to worry. These things management will decide who who will assign the resources, who will deal with money, who assigns the deadline. So these are the very experienced peoples. Scrum master, or let's say development head, will decide what to do. Development head and QA manager will have a meeting, and they will decide that we are good to go, that as the acceptance criteria is 60%, then we can stop the testing here. Then in that case, we will stop the testing there and push it to the production. Hope it is clear. It will be more clear. I understand that there are some doubt. There will be some doubt, but overview I'm just giving. This happens when this particular rate is above the acceptance criteria. Okay, moving ahead, you can make a note and search it on YouTube if you need more example. Okay. So next point is test coverage. So test coverage should be 95% achieved. Complete functional coverage is achieved. So what it means? There is a test coverage. I think we have discussed what is test coverage previously.
Step by step process.
Yeah, somewhere I think, yeah, here it is. Poor test coverage. So I hope you are okay with this particular test coverage concept, or should I repeat?
No, 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 it's okay.
Okay. Okay. So the test coverage, at least 95% is covered. 95% of functionalities, major functionalities are covered. Then we can stop testing. And in that particular functional coverage should be achieved. So in those 95% functionality, the main functional coverage should be achieved. Like the test coverage is 95%, and in that I should not have any loophole. So in those 95% functionalities, all should be functional, 100% functional. Then we have test pass rate should be 95%. So whatever uh, the test cases that I have written, these just wanted to make sure like these are the individual parameters. They will not all of these will not be interrelated. Only some will be interrelated. So if the test case pass rate is 95% and above, then we can stop testing. This pass rate can be calculated using this particular formula: total number of test cases passed divided by total number of test cases that we have. So if the result is more than 95%, I can stop my testing. Or all critical test cases are passed, then we can stop the testing. Okay, then we have 5% of test cases can be failed, but the failed test cases are of low priority. So which is not test cases which is not covering the major functionalities can be ignored. Project deadlines or test finish this deadlines is reached. Just what I mean with this particular deadline, if it is covered, if it reached, and we have achieved the combination of these things, pass rate, test coverage rate, then in that case acceptance criteria, acceptance rate, then we can stop testing. Again, the budget is exhausted. So what we discussed, the money is left for 2 days only. The budget is for assigned for testing is going to be end. Then in that case, we can stop the testing. Next, we have go no go meetings. That means meetings conducted with the stakeholders. Stakeholders will also have someone from the customer, and we will discuss each and everything that 95% is the acceptance test coverage, pass rate is 95%. We have achieved the acceptance criteria. We have defect rate below the acceptance defined acceptable rate. Then in that case, we will also talk about the money. Each and everything that is mentioned here, we will discuss in that go or no go meeting. After the discussion, uh, they will decide whether to perform testing for some more time. If the budget is exhausted, then they will arrange some more money to continue with testing. If they are good to go with all the data, then we will further stop testing. So this is mandatory. This will happen. Okay, I think we are out of time. Any question?
No, that's far clear.
Okay. I think only acceptance criteria had some issue. Uh, Let me see whether it is there in the syllabus or not. Give me a moment. So this particular syllabus has been shared to me by the ACT guys. And did you get any update from them regarding the
No, still no, no. I inquired with the other team, no. Not Veda, one lady, I think. I don't know.
Afrin?
No, Nancy or someone, I think.
Uh,
I inquired with them and they were telling me that you have to provide the materials. We have discussed with Samartha, so he will be providing all the materials. I told the videos and the recordings, like other things are being shared, but a detailed study material is always required, right?
yeah, that's why.
Um,
And
or it's
for
like a standard one, like this is the standard one, and you have to follow this. Like this, something is needed, right? So they did not provide me anything. That
so what happened was the discussion I had with the HR Afrin that I don't have to provide everything. Like I,
okay,
I discussed with her, like uh, these were not discussed, and like Veda messaged me today, like for to provide the study materials. So that's why I checked with Afrin. So there is a
okay,
communication gap in between them also, I think.
okay.
So it's better if to get it clarified, reach out to them. And
No, by in my side, I'm checking all the videos like YouTube, Google, everything I'm going through. But like a standard book material, we'll be using for one subject, right? So it is always necessary to have one thing.
okay,
Hope doesn't go wrong.
mhm. I totally agree with you on this one. So uh I think we are standing on the different sides also. So Let me just give you an overview. What is the scenario here?